Hi, this is Tony Sagami. Hey, let me tell you a tale about two central bankers that are behaving very differently. For both of them, the telltale signs of inflation are piling up higher than a Kansas grain silo. You name the commodity, sugar, wheat, milk, copper, timber, gold, silver, coffee, oil, you name it. They've all shot up in price recently. But one of these central bankers is doing nothing, sitting on his thumbs like Nero watching Rome burn, while the other is taking very aggressive action to combat inflation. One's doing a great job, the other one's doing a lousy job. Now, the one that's doing a great job I'm talking about is China. The People's Bank of China recently raised their interest rates by 25 basis points last week. This is the fourth time in 6 months they've raised rates, and the second time already in 2011. The one-year benchmark interest rates is up by 25 basis points to 3.25, and the key one-year lending rate is raised also by 25 points to 6.31. Additionally, China has also increased their bank reserve requirements 6 times since the start of 2010. They've toughened the loan qualification rules, and they've increased down payment requirements. China's leaders get it. For example, Premier Wen Jiabao described inflation as a tiger that, once set free, will be very difficult to put back in the cage. Now, if you compare that to what's going on in the U.S., it strikes me as very ironic, because the central bankers from a communist country are doing a better and more responsible job of combating inflation than the central bankers from the U.S., which is supposed to be the epicenter of capitalism and free enterprise. Now, contrast to what Ben Bernanke and his Fed buddies are doing, which is nothing. They've essentially left interest rates at essentially zero, but they've also debauched the dollar by printing hundreds of billions of dollars and calling it quantitative easing. That too easy, almost free money policy is just going to make the inflation problem worse and tougher to kill once inflation becomes entrenched. That's one of the reasons I think you'll see Ben Bernanke ultimately go down in history as the worst Federal Reserve Chairman in American history. Now, what's this to mean to you as an investor? It's a couple things. Number one, the interest rates here in the U.S. are going to be ultimately headed higher. And number two, the U.S. dollar is headed much, much lower. So what should you do? Well, there's a few things I think you should do right away. Number one, if you own any long-term bonds, say longer than 5 years maturity, dump them, and dump them tomorrow. At the same time, you need to reduce your exposure to dollar-denominated assets. For most Americans, almost 100% of their portfolio is leveraged into dollar-denominated assets. How about their 401k, your bonds, your stocks, your mutual funds, and even your home? These are all invested in U.S. dollars. It's pretty easy to diversify out of the U.S. dollar. All you need to do is swap some of your U.S. stocks for foreign stocks. I recommend Asian stocks, of course. In particular, I think you should take a look at Asian stocks and invest in hard assets like oil, gold, copper, timber. My Asia Stock Alert subscribers, for example, own Sino-Forest. Sino-Forest is the largest private timber company in China. It trades here in North America under the ticker symbol TRE.TO on the Toronto Stock Exchange. That ticker is TRE.TO, and the company name is Sino-Forest. Or you can invest in non-dollar currency funds. My favorite is the Merck Hard Currency Fund, which is essentially a foreign money market fund. This fund invests in the very, very short term, less than 1 year, government paper of countries with the strongest currencies and most responsible budget and trade surpluses. So these are the top safest countries in the world. The ticker for this no-load mutual fund is MERKX. MERKX. Things are very different between the U.S. and China in a lot of different ways. And while America is still the greatest country in the world, our current administration, the people we put in the office, are not doing a real good job of protecting the dollar or interest rates or combating inflation. You need to do that job yourself. Until next week, this is Tony Sagami signing off.